Okay, can we move on? We now have Lorraine Hosty, who is the sister of someone with schizophrenia, and she is now going to give you an account of her experiences. Thank you very much, Lorraine.
Hi everyone. I'm afraid this is my first time at this, so I'm nowhere near as a seasoned pro as Terry. I'm going to be very amateur, I'm afraid. What I wanted to do was give a very personal perspective of my experience as a sibling of somebody with mental illness. My brother's got bipolar and paranoid schizophrenia. He became ill at 18 when he went to university, and I think I should put it into context about how he was before he became ill, and I wish I knew that we could have used sort of the screen, because I would have quite liked to have done a before and after photograph, because I think that would have made quite a significant impact. He went to university at 18 and I went down with him. He was very academic, very handsome, he was in a band, very popular, and then he'd been there for about a week and we started to get phone calls saying that there was 5,000 people outside of his bedroom, and he was very paranoid. We had no idea what was happening at all. We went to collect him. We experienced a lot of violence and he was sectioned. Over the first few months we even had police with full riot gear. He's about 6'3". He was released on a section in my care. I'm 5'2", so that was quite a frightening thing. My mum was away and I was put in his care. So we lived on and off for several years with him at home and in and out of hospital, not really getting any support at all. We had a short period of time with a very, very good social worker, but that was literally months, and ever since we've had no support since. He went into residential care that was quite a low-level care, and they decided that his care needs were too great, and he's now in effectively a nursing home. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit later on. But what I wanted to focus on really was the difference of how he is now and the effect that that has on me as a sibling. He looks physically different. He's a completely different person, and I think you basically go through a bereavement process because he no longer exists as how he was. You see chinks of him, but he's so heavily medicated. He's heavily sedated to the point where his skin's yellow, he's bloated, he's incontinent. I can't have a conversation with him because he can't speak, his words are so slurred. And he's been ill for 20 years now. And he's in this nursing home, which I was talking to Alison last night, and I wasn't sure whether to say this or not because it doesn't sound politically correct, but it's like walking into a horror film. It's a big old house, dark panels, horrible carpets, it smells. It's how someone can get better in that environment. I don't know, I really don't know. And to me, it seems that, I know we've heard some fantastic stories this morning, and I'm sorry to bring kind of negativity to the room, but I think it's important that it seems to me that there's it's a complete lottery, and my brother is being left to rot. You know, there's no care for him, nobody's doing anything proactive to make him better, and as a sibling and as a family, you're frightened because he is in this situation and he is in a nursing home. Do you rock the boat? Because what are the consequences for him? He's in their care. When you walk out of that door, what's going to happen to him? Not necessarily from the staff, but also what are the other options available? He said to me that he's happy there. He's in his own little world. But if we rock the boat, the nursing home might not like that. They just might want him to move on. Where will he go? Will he be unhappy there? Will it be worse? so you just kind of keep with the status quo because you really don't know what else is out there. We don't have any support from any services at all. We barely get acknowledged by the nursing home when we go to visit him. We literally give our names and that's it. They've never had a conversation with us. We don't know what they do to sort of help him in any way, any kind of therapies. There's just no communication at all. So that was sort of the key thing that I wanted to get across really is this person that had everything going for him and is now kind of just a complete shadow of what he was really. And then I guess the other key point is from a sibling's perspective is I'm his only sibling. So the future for us, he will ultimately be in my care. Nobody's spoken to me about that. I don't know what will happen. It will just be us two. And nobody's ever, you know, we've got no support from any services about that. And it's quite interesting today to hear that there are these things happening because we've had no kind of contact like that at all. We seem to have completely fallen out of the loop really, and it does seem a complete lottery. Thank you. Sorry for the shaky voice.
Thank you so much, Lorraine, and there's absolutely no need to apologise for bringing up a kind of a story which obviously demonstrates when the system lets people down, and I think it's so important that we hear those stories, and also it's really important that we do rock the boat and we make a difference when things are going wrong. So Lorraine, thank you, I really appreciate that personal account.